If someone tells you AI will make everyone equal, they are selling you a very cute fairy tale. AI does not make everyone equal. AI makes leverage cheaper. And when leverage gets cheaper, the people who already understand leverage usually move first. That is why rich people use AI differently. Most people open AI and ask, "Can this save me time?" Rich people ask, "Can this become a system that makes money move toward me?" That one question changes everything. The normal person uses AI like a smart assistant. Write this email. Summarize this article. Make this caption. Give me ideas. Fix this resume. That is useful. But it is still one person doing one task. The person is still the engine. The AI is just a faster wrench. Rich people do not get excited because the wrench is faster. They ask, "Can this wrench be bolted onto a machine? Can the machine run every day? Can the machine bring leads, answer customers, write proposals, follow up, sell, deliver, measure results, and improve itself?" That is the difference. One side uses AI to finish work. The other side uses AI to build a money machine. Think about a small business owner. She owns a boring cleaning company, not a glamorous startup, not a shiny app, just cleaning offices. Before AI, her business has leaks everywhere. People ask for quotes, then nobody replies fast enough. Customers ask the same questions again and again. Reviews are scattered. Old clients are forgotten. Workers send messy notes. Invoices are late. The owner is busy all day, but money keeps escaping through tiny holes. Most people look at that business and say, "AI can write better ads." That is fine. But a rich operator looks at it and says, "AI can plug the holes." Put AI on the website to capture questions. Put AI on the inbox to sort leads. Put AI on quote drafts. Put AI on follow-up messages. Put AI on customer reviews. Put AI on weekly reports. Put AI on the boring little places where money gets lost. Now AI is not a toy. It is part of the pipe. This is why rich people are not obsessed with prompts. Prompts are useful, but prompts are not the business. A prompt is like a recipe written on paper. A system is the restaurant. The recipe can be copied. The restaurant has suppliers, staff, customers, delivery, pricing, repeat orders, reviews, and cash flow. If all you own is a prompt, you own a sentence. If you own the system around the prompt, you own the machine. That is why the real AI opportunity is not who has the cleverest prompt. The real opportunity is who controls the workflow. Workflow means the path money travels before it becomes cash. A customer sees something. They click. They ask a question. They compare. They trust. They buy. They receive. They come back. Every step is a tiny gate. AI can stand at those gates. Can answer, sort, draft, recommend, remind, translate, personalize, and measure. That is why companies are not only asking employees to chat with AI. The serious money is trying to connect AI to tools, files, customers, data, software, and repeated decisions. Because a chat box is helpful, but a connected system changes the shape of work. This is where ordinary people usually miss the opportunity. They ask, "What AI app should I use?" Rich people ask, "Where is the repeated money movement?" That question is much better. Look for places where the same thing happens again and again. Real estate agents answer the same buyer questions. Dentists miss the same patient follow-ups. Restaurants forget the same old customers. Contractors lose the same quote requests. Local shops never turn reviews into content. Coaches repeat the same onboarding. Accountants chase the same missing documents. None of this sounds sexy. Good. Sexy gets crowded. boring gets paid. Rich people love boring systems because boring systems repeat. And repetition is where AI becomes powerful. AI is not magic because it knows everything. AI is powerful because it can do the boring, useful thing again and again without complaining. That is exactly where cash flow hides. Now here is the uncomfortable part. Most people use AI to make themselves more productive. Rich people use AI to make other people, other assets, or other systems more productive. That is a huge difference. If AI saves you 2 hours, you got 2 hours. If AI improves a business that already has customers, employees, traffic, contracts, or distribution, the same improvement touches a bigger machine. That is leverage. The poor question is, how can AI help me work faster? The rich question is, where can AI multiply something that already moves money? If a website already gets traffic, AI can improve conversion. If a company already has leads, AI can improve follow-up. If a creator already has an audience, AI can improve content reuse. If a store already has customers, AI can improve repeat purchases. If a service business already has demand, AI can reduce lost opportunities. The money is not in the AI alone. The money is in AI plus an existing pipe. That is why some people can use the same tool and get totally different results. One person asks AI to write a post. Another person uses AI to turn one customer call into a quote, a follow-up email, a sales script, FAQ, a training note, and a better offer. Same AI, different system. One result is content. The other result is a business process. And business processes are where rich people pay attention. They do not ask, can this impress me? They ask, can this reduce labor, increase sales, reduce mistakes, speed up decisions, or make the asset more valuable? That is why AI is dangerous for people who only think like workers. Workers ask, will AI replace my task? Owners ask, which tasks can be turned into a system? That sounds cold, but it is the truth of money. Money does not reward effort directly. Money rewards control over useful systems. Effort matters, but effort trapped inside one body has a ceiling. Systems have pipes. Pipes can carry more than one bucket. So if an ordinary person wants to use AI like rich people, the answer is not to pretend to be a billionaire. The answer is to borrow the question. Do not ask, what can AI do for me today? Ask, where does money already move? And where is that movement slow, messy, or ignored? Then build the smallest useful bridge. Not a giant company, not a complicated startup. A small bridge, a follow-up system for a local business, a review-to-content system for a restaurant, a quote assistant for a contractor, a client onboarding system for a coach, a document reminder system for an accountant, a lead sorting system for a real estate office, a simple dashboard that turns messy messages into decisions. This is not as glamorous as saying, I am building the future of AI, but it is much closer to how money actually appears. Rich people rarely chase the loudest tool. They look for the quiet place where a tool can enter a money pipe. Then they own the pipe, sell the pipe, or improve the pipe until someone else has to pay for it. That is the real lesson. AI is not the equalizer. AI is the amplifier. If you attach it to nothing, it amplifies almost nothing. If you attach it to a business, a customer list, a distribution channel, a workflow, or a repeated problem, can amplify money movement. So the next time someone shows you a new AI tool, do not just ask, what can it write? Ask, what can it connect to? What repeated job can it take over? What leak can it plug? What decision can it speed up? What customer can it bring back? What owner would pay for this because it touches cash flow? That is how rich people use AI differently. They do not worship the tool. They install the tool into the machine. And once the tool becomes part of the machine can make money while the owner is not sitting there typing prompts. That is the part most people miss. The future does not belong to the person with the longest prompt. It belongs to the person who knows where to put the AI.